Okay, great. So the more that we really understand that our thinking is our power center, the more we can take responsibility for it. Um, and what the moon does, the work with the moon allows us to do it in a gentle way, because otherwise you're in a constant state of feeling guilty for thoughts that you've had, or feeling like you've thinking something or that you shouldn't think, and you can't shift it that way. That's not how it works. Um, that's too on the nose. It's much more of a subtle thing. Our ability to be able to change the way we perceive reality is what we're really up to. We're not just changing our thoughts. We're shifting the way we perceive reality, which will then change our thoughts. Understanding that our thinking and our feelings are what create perception. So how we hear, taste, touch, what we see, all of that is our sensory body that then informs our thoughts. And we create this cycle thing. Your thoughts create a feeling, and a feeling creates a thought. And your thoughts create a feeling, and a feeling creates a thought. It's a thing that goes on constantly within us, through the hemispheres of the brain and the body. And when people talk about things like negative thinking or lifting your vibration, really the only way to do it is through your perception and aligning your energy with the natural cycles of the universe. And it's so easy. It's as easy as spending time in nature. It's as easy as beginning to recognize that everything is alive. It's as easy as beginning to follow the moon and understand that the elements and everything is connected. But you have to kind of immerse yourself in it. And as women, it's easy for us because the moon lives inside of our bodies through our ovulation experience, through bleeding once a month, through ovulating and releasing an egg and all that sort of stuff. So it's already in us. It's just that we have shifted our experience with it just in the Western world. That's what's happened. And so this energy for the Gemini new moon gives us the opportunity to begin to tell ourselves a new story about reality, first and foremost. And understanding that our feelings are important, that we can't overlook how we feel, that it's important for us not to judge ourselves. Judgment is one of the major ways um, that we reinforce patterns that don't serve us, is by judging ourselves, by making ourselves wrong. So it's very significant to just be able to witness yourself. Even if you do something that feels counterintuitive or against what it is that you think you know is right, the judgment is the place to find your freedom. That whatever you do, it's okay. And what that shows up like in our minds is that we second guess ourselves. I shouldn't have said that. Why did I do that? Don't second guess yourself, because whatever choice you make, whatever you do, and the times that you do it, the more you can observe it, it just goes away. It flows away. The judgment holds it. When you make yourself wrong, you hold on to this thing, and then you have to experience that energetic frequency because you've now locked it up. You've imprisoned it. You've imprisoned it in your mind. And so it has to live there. And that's how we get caught in cycles and, internal dialogues with human beings that are not in our space. We're in our heads talking to people constantly about what we think or whatever. That's a reality that you're creating when you do that. That's what perception is. That's how we're activated as women. We are, and we don't understand that our power is subtle. Where men's power is physical, they have strength, they can lift things, but our power is internal. And so we have this opportunity to begin to transform our relationship with our thinking, our perception, and understand that what we think and what we perceive will truly become our reality. Okay, so I'm going to now finagle again. And let me course correct something I said. It's the feminine that's power is internal. So men and women both have masculine and feminine energy. The feminine energy is internal. And as women, when we lean into our feminine energy, our power is internal. But we all have access to both. Okay, so I just want to course correct that. Okay, so allow yourself to find yourself in a comfortable position and relax. Someone could let me know if the music is too loud. I want you to be able to hear me as well.
It sounds at a good level.
Okay, great.
Well, now it's a little loud.
Okay, I'm gonna take it down. Maybe it comes up. How's that?
A little lower.
How's that?
That's better, but I think just like a couple notches lower, just so we can hear you better.
Okay, how's that?
That's good.
If you write it, because when I turn the music down, I turn your voice down too. So I can't hear you. So you let me know. You can barely hear me. Okay, then we're gonna do this without music. That's just how it's gonna be. I ordered a new computer to work this stuff out, so it's on the way. So I'm gonna go. If you guys can hear me, that's great. Perfect. Let's get going. Okay, all good. Great. Thank you so much. Great. Allow yourself to be seated in a comfortable. Okay. Let's just take 3 deep cleansing breaths together. And I want you to breathe deep into your abdomen. And then as you release the breath, breathe in through your nose into your abdomen, and then release the breath by pushing it out of your mouth and push all the air out. And then after all the air is out, breathe in through the nostrils again, 3 times. That there is one source, and that life and that source is God. It is everywhere present. And so as we come into this experience of the planting moon meditation at the new moon, when the moon is dark and receptive, when life is open and ready to be renewed, we allow the cycle of life to be activated within us the way that it is in every living being and every living thing here on this planet. At this incredible time when transformation is our number one priority, when letting go of what no longer serves us, who we've been up before now, when we allow ourselves to look back no longer, to trust and know that where we're going is exactly where we're supposed to be, and that what we're letting go of is exactly what needs to go. Whether that be friend or experience or careers or people, whatever it is, trusting and knowing that we can give thanks for it, that it has served us, that we have served it. And in pure gratitude and a willingness to trust that all is well, we release. We release all the days that have come before this one. We release all of the binds and agreements and consciousness, whether aligned or misaligned, we release them from this lifetime or any lifetime before. We give thanks for every ancestor that lived and walked and breathed to get us into this space right here, right now. We give thanks for those who laughed and those who cried. We give thanks for their sacrifices. We give thanks for the story that was told. We give thanks for the bodies that crossed the Atlantic, that built this country. That carried babies. We give thanks for the ancestors who didn't know from one day to the next what their lives would be. We give thanks for every breath, every beating heart, every sacrifice, every life and death cycle, every moan, every broken bone, every birth, every death. We give thanks to know that we are a part of that in any way possible. Whatever our story is, it's perfect. And so I am grateful for each and every one of us who has come, for the ancestors that stand with us as we embark upon a new reality, as we begin to create a new reality through conscious awareness, through conscious choice, through understanding that we tell our stories, we create our realities. And so as we step out of the possibilities through forgiveness and non-judgment, and understanding that we are one with the divine. At the time of this new moon, envision yourself standing at the ocean, at the shores of consciousness within you, trusting and knowing that whatever it is that you have intended for your life at this time, during this deeply transformational time, during this cosmic shift that we are living through, that your soul already knew that you would be here now. That even as the towers come down, some part of you knows that there's no mistake. Even as the things that are familiar with you go away or familiar to you are shifting, there is some part of you within yourself that knows that all is well. And if you don't know it, if you're willing to know it, it will reveal itself to you. And so I ask that as you stand on the shore of your consciousness, that you are willing to know that you have everything that you need, that you live in a space of abundance, that those who have walked before you didn't bring you here to fail, that even as reality shifts, you are safe and secure, held by the divine, anchored in love and power and possibilities. That you have not been led astray, that nothing in your life has been a mistake up till now. Everything is happening for you. And so envision yourself walking to the shores of the ocean, of the sea, and allow your feet to touch the water. Allow your toes to sink into the sand. Allow the sounds of water and ocean to soothe you, to comfort you. And in this moment, I want you to consider what it is that you desire for your life. And know that the story that you tell is the one that will manifest. So don't hold back. Don't count dollars. Let go of your regrets. What you can know for yourself is independent of money. It's independent of anyone but yourself. The story you can tell in your mind need not be latched to anything other than your joy, than your freedom, than the infinite possibilities of whatever you desire. Allow yourself to remember that nothing is wrong with pleasure. Allow yourself to recall that you cannot be too much, that nothing is too much for this ocean that you stand before, that every possibility is available. Be willing to let go of your smallness. Be willing to let go of your fear and your excuses of not having what it is that you absolutely desire. And remember right now that you are a goddess, that you truly are made in the image and likeness of God. You are a God made in the image and likeness of the creator, of source. The mind that you dwell within is the mind of God. And if you give yourself permission to release your fears and your disappointments and your anxieties and your scarcity and the lack and the limitations and the fears that maybe your ancestors endured. If you give yourself permission to let it go, and believe and have faith and know that the promise is still real. The promise that lived in your heart when you were 3 years old, it's still real. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget who God created you to be. Allow yourself to play. Allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to love. Allow yourself to be loved, to be desired, to be adored. Live into your deserving. There are no limitations. The doors are not locked. The boundaries don't exist. Oh. So open your heart and envision the divine goddess, the mother, the one that loves you unconditionally. Maybe she looks like you. Maybe she looks like your mother. Maybe she's your grandmother. And let her come to you. Let her hold you. And let her restore you. Let her remind you that nothing is being withheld and that you can have whatever you desire. You can have peace of mind. You can have love. You can have a life filled with beauty. You can be deeply connected. You can have passion. Nothing is being withheld. You can let go of all your heartbreaks, and you can thank them for visiting you, that you had those experiences. Let her rock you. Let her soothe you. Let her rub your back and kiss your face. And let her know what you desire. Let her know everything. Nothing is too small and nothing is too great. And it's okay to release. It's okay to feel. It's okay. It's okay to feel everything. Because when you feel the sadness and the pain and the grief, you can also feel the joy. You can't block one feeling for another. You have to feel it all. And it's okay to do it. Oh, oh. Trust the release. So what's your story? What's your story? What would make your heart swing wide open? What would make you forget what day of the week it is? What would give you such presence, such peace that nothing else in the world would matter? Are your children happy and thriving and safe in their bliss and in their discovery of life? Is that your story? Is that what will make you just feel so content and happy? Then tell that story every day. Every day, see your children thriving and alive and safe and happy and independent. What's your story, whatever it is? Are you traveling the world and meeting people and eating in beautiful restaurants and connecting with beautiful people who are open-hearted? That's your story. Then tell it every day. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your body. Seed it in your consciousness. What's your story? What's your story? What makes you feel the best? What makes you smile so wide? And your eyes so full of glee? What is that? And if you don't know what it is your business this month to figure it out. It is your business to fake it, to get curious, to ask questions, to discover yourself. You have to discover yourself. You didn't come here to suffer. You didn't come here to be sick. You didn't come here to die. You came here to live. This is your playground. This is the best time to be alive, whether you know it or not, whether they're telling you or not. This is the best time to be alive, to be conscious, to be awake. There's nothing to fear except the story you tell. Mm. Oh. So let your mother, your godmother, your higher self love you. Tell her your desires. Luxuriate in her embrace. Nothing is too much. Nothing is too great. Nothing is silly. This is your playground. This is your playground. And when you're ready, thank her and let her take her place back at the horizon where the sun meets the end of the earth as we see it. And she's taking your desires with her into the depths of your psyche, into the depths of the ocean within you, to impregnate you and the earth with your desires. This is the month for you to live your truth. First and foremost within your mind and your consciousness, until it manifests into real time. Pay attention. pay attention when the universe gives you morsels, bite-sized affirmations that you are closer, that it is coming, that you are right where you're supposed to be, that you are profoundly loved. Don't skip it when you feel it. When you feel it, hold it. And then when it goes, give thanks for it and know that it will come again. And so I give thanks for each and every one of the ancestors that have met us here in this space. I give thanks for the Cosmic Mother, the energy of Gemini, the mind of God, the curious energy within us. I give thanks that the Venus is in retrograde, that we can rewrite our love stories, that we can rewrite who we know ourselves to be. I give thanks that our ancestors delivered us to this place right here, right now. I give thanks that each and every person within the sound of my voice is going to experience miracles each and every day. From this day forward, this month, they're going to know, they're going to have the evidence that they are living divine beings. Every day, something that goes, oh, yes, 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 yes. Until that is the state of their being, always. So for this and so much more, I let it be. I say, and so it is. Ashe. Thank you all so much.